Hi, I'm Clarissa, psychologist, psychotherapist, and today I'm going to be answering the question, what are the telltale traits of a narcissist? What I've done is I've used narcissist as an acronym to describe all of the qualities that you pretty much need to see if you want to work out if someone is actually a true, genuine narcissist. So if you're interested, watch on. And today I was asked the question, what are the telltale signs of a narcissist? So I have broken down the word narcissist into an acronym which will help you understand. So starting with N, narcissists have no empathy. I really feel this is the top line defining feature of narcissists, is that they cannot see well into the mind of another. They don't have the care or the feeling for another person's experience unless it really matters and reflects back on them. The next letter in narcissist is A. A is for arrogance. It is for aggrandizement, attention-seeking, and the need for admiration. Narcissists of the grandiose form love lots of positive attention. The next letter in narcissist is R. R is for responsibility zero. It is never a narcissist's fault. The inability to accept responsibility, I feel, is another top-line feature of true narcissism. It is always somebody else's fault, and the tricks and maneuvers to absolve themselves of blame and point it at someone else are unlimited. C is for control and manipulation. So this is the dark side of narcissism, and people who have been subject to narcissistic abuse know this very well. Narcissists like to be in control, and they will manipulate and maneuver and pull all sorts of tricks in order to maintain control over others. Now, I want to preface that lots of us like control. There are many different forms of control freaks. Someone, for example, with high anxiety will want to control situations to allay their anxiety. So the next letter is I. I am the special one. I am important. I am entitled. So narcissists really feel a greater sense of entitlement over special treatment because they are the special one. S is for superiority, grandiosity. We know that narcissists do have this air of grandiosity, this sense of superiority, which in covert narcissists, or when they flip into a more covert state, this superiority can be echoed in being the greatest suffering one. So it's not always this pride of sense of I'm great and grandiose and better than. This sense of superiority can invert into suffering. I am the most suffering victim in a situation. Everybody's always out to get me. So this covert narcissism hides this grandiosity because it's inverted into this sense of being the poor me, the hard done by one. And so we don't often notice this so much as narcissism until we see it happening all of the time. And the stories that go back in history about people that did me wrong and how I could have been here if I had have had the chance, or I could be this if my parents had have taken me to violin lessons, I could have been the greatest violinist, and those kinds of stories. The next S in narcissist is for superficial. Narcissists don't go very deep. This is because the personality is formed like a kind of shell to protect the inner gooey core of vulnerability. And so superficiality, it can be everything's focused on perhaps appearance, or in the case of a cerebral narcissist, it'll be on academic achievements or employment advances, or where the status is in the company, or the car, or the gorgeous partner, or the beautiful, shiny, well-dressed children, and the glorious house. But this is as far as it goes. These things aren't valued and appreciated in the sense that many of us would if we had these great things. They're kind of shiny badges that the narcissist can get out and display and strut around with. Moving on in the word narcissist to the letter I. I stands for impatient, intolerant, and irritable. Narcissists don't have a high tolerance to stress, to waiting, to being turned down. They don't like the word no. They don't like being told they're wrong. So they can often get quite irritable and irate even. And this is the sort of the righteous indignation that you can see in the narcissistic rage. The next S is for supply. Narcissistic supply is the food for the narcissist, because the narcissist's identity is basically maintained through the opinions of others. So they do need people that are going to reflect back to them how great they are, what a good person. They need someone to show off to in a lot of ways. And when this isn't happening in one area, they'll easily go to other people to become charming and gregarious and get their supply from there. They might get it from their job role. They might get it from all those superficial things they have. But they need a constant source of attention and admiration to basically keep their identity afloat. And the final letter in narcissist is a T. T is for twisting reality. Narcissists seldom answer a question directly, particularly if it's challenging them and something they've been up to. They twist reality, they're dishonest, they lie a lot, and they will never admit to being lying. They will use all of these tactics that we've heard of, the words, the gaslighting. I didn't do that. What are you talking about? Why would I do that? What are you're remembering it wrong. That never happened. They use flying monkeys, these other people that suddenly appear in the dialogue to prove their point. Oh no, I know that everybody thinks you do this. Not me, you do it. I know everybody thinks that. And I think we need to add a couple more letters in. And that's an ID. It's like the ID of a narcissist is the idealization and the devaluation. You are either in their good books and being idealized, because you're on a pedestal and you're reflecting back to them, you're part of their shiny thing and you're giving them a good supply. And if you break that, you fall off into the pit of devaluation. And this can happen to other people. You might not be there yourself, but you'll hear it. Oh, they did this and I can't believe they said that. And the anger and the vehemence that can go to other people. And to you, if you dare challenge them, put them down, puncture their idealized self-image, their grandiose ego, you end up in that devalued state. And also this can chop and change. So you might shift from being in the devalued state back to being idealized because for some reason you became useful again. Or you might slip back into devaluation when their mood changes and you've done something wrong again. And that's a really good way of keeping control of you and manipulating you into behaving. So I hope this has helped you understand in the acronym of narcissists the telltale signs of what a true narcissist can be. Do they need all of these points? Yeah, pretty much. I think that a lot of people can show up as being a little bit narcissistic in different situations and circumstances. And I'm going to make a video next on how often people get projected as being narcissists and the tendency to overdiagnose from an armchair expert perspective. Because everyone now knows all this stuff about narcissism, there seems to be a whole lot more narcissists in the world. So that'll be in my next video, but I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, hit the like. If you want to hear more from me, it's not all about narcissism. Hit the subscribe button and let me know how you experience this video and if the acronym narcissist being broken down in this way is in any way useful to you.